Hello to Debbie and Karina and Lise and Tebby and Jenny and Jocelyn and Diane and Connie and Alana and Barbara and Martin. And, oh, it looks like for some reason it's cut out the whole intro. Did it keep you waiting a little bit? How strange. Anyway, nothing that I said in the greeting there was particularly important. Just hi, and I hope you had a good weekend. Is that all right? Okay, so this is the page that I made on Friday. Hello, Janice and Miriam. Yeah, so this is what I made on Friday. Really, really enjoyed this page, to be honest. Lots and lots of tags. Tied them all up. The things that happen when you find a hole punch. I mean, come on. I'm a whole new scrapper now. I have a hole punch. Watch me roar. So journaled in white down here at the bottom of the green. And yes. That's what I did on Friday. Now, say I have a little mission today. I've printed the same photos in 2 different sizes. Herein lies the mission. I was thinking about the way that we compose pages. And I was even thinking about things that tend to kind of bother people. So, for as long as I have scrapbooked, which is a really long time now, there has always been a bit of an argument between should the right, quote unquote, way to scrapbook be with lots of photos and therefore not a whole lot of room for other stuff, or should the other stuff take up as much room as you want because that brings you joy and ergo you have smaller amount of space left for photos. Yeah. And I've watched this discussion, argument, philosophy, whatever you want to call it. I've watched it evolve over the years, and I think what it all comes down to is that each of us scrap for the reason that we scrap, yeah? And those reasons are not going to be identical. I always need to remember that one of the reasons I really, really, really love this craft, because I do love a lot of crafts, but we don't follow a pattern in scrapbooking. When I knit, I'm following instructions, and if I stray from the instructions, I usually get it wrong and my garment falls apart. Yes. But in scrapbooking, that doesn't happen. Yeah? When I sew, it's a bit of a joke, but every time I sew a garment, at some point in time, I will misread the instructions and I will sew the wrong side of a seam and I have to rip it out and sew it again the right way. Because apparently my brain can't imagine what should be where when I'm following the instructions. I lose all spatial awareness of pattern pieces. And there will be one seam somewhere in that construction that was the wrong way around and I have to rip it out and start again. That sort of thing doesn't happen when I'm scrapbooking because I'm not following a strict set of instructions. There's a certain amount of making it up as I go along. Because we're not following a set pattern, it means that there's all this room for customization and there's all the room for all the reasons in the world that we might like this hobby. And so when I see people argue about whether there should be more stuff, less photo space, more photos, less stuff, I just kind of want to go, woo, can't we all just get along? Because the answer is whatever you want it to be. So what I wanted to show you today is that I'm going to make a layout and I've got my photos printed at 2 different sizes. I'm going to make the page and as we go, I'm going to show you what it would look like with the 2 different sizes so that you get an idea of the 2 different styles that it would create. Does that make sense? Are we on board with that? I've also gone for super cute old photos. So he was 3.5 in these pictures. Dun, 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 dun. How cute! Yes? Aww. Little toddler face. Yeah. So yeah, we're clearly not going to see our favorite mice for Christmas this year, and I fancied some mouse Christmas photo scrapping today. So that's what we're going to do. Right. So without further ado, hi. My name is Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising. Have to make sure, legally, that you are aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my #advertising. If you ever have any questions about how any of it works, just ask. And you can find a lot of those answers in the description box below, because you will find a link to all the supplies that I'm using for all my lives in December. That's the December kit. That's what we call it. And then you'll find the link for what I'll use in all of January's videos. So if you want to get that kit, you could ask for it for Christmas. You can pass that link to other people who might buy you a Christmas present and say, you know what I really want to do next month? I want a scrapbook. So you could pass that link along. Just saying, it would make it really easy for people to buy you a bundle of stuff that you'll use, and I'll help you use it. Cool? And also a link to my 2 Christmas classes, because did I mention, my name's Shimelle and I teach online scrapbooking classes. So I have Christmas versions. So there's a link to that too. And all the details about Best of Both Worlds and what it is, and how you're not linked into any sort of subscription. You can mix and match with your stash, new stash, whatever you want. Yes, we're all good. We're golden. All right, let's scrapbook. Okay. Oh, thank you for the jumper, love, the Christmas jumper of the day. Thank you. Right. So what do we got? We have got these papers and this paper and this paper. They've gone all over the shop. Let's pull it together, Shimelle. Pull it together. Like, literally get the pieces of paper in one place would be a good idea. All right. I think we're there. So obviously I'm going to need something 12 by 12 in the background. And none of these are 12 by 12. This one is not the one for today. I'm going to do a special plan for that one. So, see, these are a bit more vintagey in color. And this is my crispy white and crispy. What have I got left of the pink and the red? So is the pink a whole page still? Yeah, the pink is still a whole page. The Christmas jumper one, this feels like alpine ski wear, is still a full page. This is a lot of a page, but not quite. Oh, okay. I might change up what I was imagining to work with that, if it'll fit together with what we've got left of the red. Oh, and it doesn't. Or maybe it would. Hold on. Could I make a 12 by 12 out of this? No. And that. No, I can't. Darn it. Okay. But you know what's funny? I have another sheet of that. So I could cheat. Just get out another page and make it work. Or just imagining what I feel like cheating is not helpful to you because you've got the kit. So you can do it in a pink, but oh yeah. No. Okay. Keep planning, Shimelle. Keep planning. I'm gonna work it out. Elena says she used to be more photos, less stuff. No matter how much I love the stuff, but I changed that for her and I taught her how to use the stuff. Oh, and now her photos pop. She is eternally grateful. Bless you. Now, see, Liz is telling me I'm the teacher, so I'm allowed to cheat. But what I tend to feel like is that if I cheat, then you can't actually make it with your kit, and that makes the kit not as fun. So instead, I'd rather make it work. Okay, so where's my red? Let's go back to the red. I've got this much of a red. Easier to cut that side. So what I originally planned was a shelf layout to illustrate this. So now I'm interested, do you have a clue what I mean if I say a shelf layout? Or does that just sound like madness? Right. Get to a sheet that I can cover up. So my trusty blue is coming out to play. So this is my 12 by 12, but you won't see any of this. It's alright. No, it's alright. Okay. So this is going to be coming up here. And then I just have to find what's going to cover the rest of the page. Okay. So this line, these, and then this adhesive is going to go onto here. Alright. Debbie says a shelf layout is a go-to design for her desk. She's totally comfortable with the shelf. Don't worry, if shelf layout sounds like gobbledygook to you, it's okay. I will explain as we go. It's not hard. It's just a nice way to have a name for a particular kind of style. Right. So that at the top. What am I going to have at the bottom? I could actually do these ornaments. They go really well with the feel of these photos, yes? The coloring is great. Okay. In which case, am I right about there? Yeah. Okay. I need that to be a nice straight line though. I'm going to cheat and use WB's trimmer because I've put everything on top of mine. Shh. I know that's terrible. Oh. There we go. Right. Okay. Thanks, WB. Now, this is going to go to the bottom edge. I've got a tiny gap there where, but it's not going to matter. It's fine. Good morning, Debbie and Sophia. Sophia, have you not got home art lessons this morning? Or afternoon, wherever you are. I always forget what time zone you're in. I think you're actually here, aren't you? Anyway. Okay. Something to cover that little spot there. What do we got here? I was looking at the branding strip. What do we have in the branding strip of this one? Begin anywhere, capture the moments, bring your own sunshine, stay curious, create, find beauty everywhere. Such wonderful things surround you every day. Should we have that little bit of turquoise in there? Oh, what's on this one? Hey, no, this is better. Green music notes. That's the one. Okay. So basics of a shelf layout. One-third something, two-thirds something. You have, a shelf. Yes, where the two meet is a shelf. Now, I like making this even more a literal shelf by taking a border strip or one of those sassafras border strips, I love them. Or punch strip, die cut strip, anything like that, right? And not only putting that over the join, but bobbing it up so that I have even more obvious strip. Shelf. Then, the reason it becomes known as a shelf layout is that things that you add to the layout from then on either sit on the shelf or hang from the shelf. Sophia's like, yes, I'm on your time zone. I'm even in the same city. Sorry, Sometimes I forget these things. Right, I want my music to be the right way up. That's that way. And I'm going to pop it up. Yeah. So yeah, everything will have to have a way to either sit on the shelf or hang from the shelf. Great for pattern papers that you love. And Sue loves this ornament paper. She's ordered it and it's on its way to her now. Oh yes. Love the ornament paper. Okay. So, making my shelf. Carrie has an interesting theory. Right. Oh, sorry. Sophia says the art and craft lessons are on Friday morning. Oh, goodness. I can't believe I don't remember your personal schedule. In my head, I was just like, I know Sophia does the kids' art classes. Okay. Anyway, Carrie's theory is she feels like her creativity, as her creativity has grown, she uses fewer pictures. And also more single pics of small moments because she always has her camera with her. Yeah. I think the really important thing to know is that there's not a right and a wrong. And sometimes when people talk about this on the internet, there's a real animosity in the tone. And maybe it's the way I read it. Maybe it's the way it ends up sitting there back and forth. But you know that meme where you see somebody typing like this and it's like, honey, come to bed. No, someone is wrong on the internet. And I feel like that is, of all discussions in scrapbooking, the one about like, should there be more stuff? Should there be more photos? That's the one where somebody is not going to bed because somebody's wrong on the internet. And we're all right. Okay? So my message for anyone feeling like there's somebody wrong on the internet about how many photos should be on a page. Relax. We're all right. Okay? Okay. It makes perfect sense that as you get more creative with the other stuff that you could do, you might want to have more room to do that, and then you wouldn't put as many photos on. And also, photos are so much more accessible. So I find that those who have scrapbooked for a gazillion years, when we were all scrapbooking film photos, wasn't so accessible. So you never wanted to waste a picture. Yeah. All right. A bit better. We're centered there now. Okay. So the idea being that now, as I work on this, I will have the option of either having the two photos be this size, which means, look, they can't sit on the shelf. They're going to have to go over the edge of the shelf, which can work. Yeah. Or the little ones, once I take that border off, they'll sit quite happily on there. I'm going to go ahead and take that border off because now that I see it, it's too big for my liking. So I'm going to make it two smaller bordered 3x4s. Sophia's like, what? People get aggravated about this? There's not many things that people like debate in the scrapbooking world that are like, no, this is the right. No, this is right. That is one of them. And I think sometimes the way it's presented, like maybe people don't even realize that what they're saying could be read that way. But, you know, if you say something like, oh, I don't like cut file scrapbooking because, not because you don't have a machine and you don't like cutting the files, yeah? But you go, oh, because it's always one big cut file and one little photo. To me, like, maybe you say that and you read, in your voice, it sounds more like, I don't like cut file scrapbooking because it's always a big cut file and then one little photo. But I read it and I think, I don't like cut file scrapbooking because it's always one big cut file and one little photo. Is it just me? I don't know. So, things like that. Yeah, see, now they're going to fit on the shelf. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to embellish around this area here. And I'm not going to put the photos on until the very end today so that you can see the two different ways that they would fit. and what you would like best for you personally. I'll pick whichever one I end up liking because it's going to go in my album. Yeah? Okay. But those are the two photos, no matter which size we go with. These, I meant for these to be just smaller than 4x6, but they printed a little bit smaller than that. So, yeah. Okay. 3x4, not quite 4x6. Yeah. Oh, how funny. Sophia is so used to printing with a white border now that her older 4x6 photos that go all the way to the edge look weird. And she blames me. Well, I blame me because sometimes I print them all the way to the edge and then I look at them and go, oh no, it needs a white border, and I have to go find some white cardstock to give them a mat. Diane says, the internet has no tone. You have got it. You are absolutely right. It does. So I think just comments like that, like anything where something becomes it. Well, it's always this. In scrapbooking, it's never always anything. Yeah? It's never always. Because we can do whatever we want with it. So there we go. I missed Kathy's comment. Kathy ordered an iPhone 13. Super duper camera. Are the music notes upside down? No, they're not. My treble clef is here. My time signature is here. I checked. Everything is the right way up. They're not the wrong way up. They are the right way up. Okay. I think my university might take my degree away if I didn't know which way it went up. So I'm not going to do that. Don't take it away. Okay. So on my shelf, I'm going to start I'm going to start with bigger pieces first and then go down to smaller pieces. I know this is from my White and Crispy collection here, so I want to pick what would go well with the colors that are there, and I think it's that true red and green. Could do the yellow. Actually, now that I see it, let's do that yellow. Okay, so I'm going to have a North Pole Express. So maybe I go ahead and I have a red, a green, and a yellow. It might be too many, but I can always put one back. Or two back. Yes, Cowcat says she is big on adding emojis to try to help create the tone that she wants. Yes, here for that, definitely. Alright. Now, I'm very excited to tell you something. In theory, this will be the last live from this computer. Because the new computer arrived just before I went live. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. So I say in theory because I could take it out of the box and something could be wrong. And then I'd need to keep this baby going. But I think she's finally allowed to have a break. The poor thing. The poor computer is really not coping. And in case you think this is hilarious. And so the laptop that I run all of this off of is older than WB. But it is. It's older than WB. So it's 8 years old. So if I could get 8 years off the new laptop, I'd be very, very happy with that. Because 8 years is brilliant going. But the last few months and me trying to do new things that are, take more and more, like live streaming and stuff from this computer that, I don't know, was live streaming even a thing 8 years ago? I'm not sure that it was. So I'm hoping for good things and fewer headaches. Yeah? Right, so I've got larger elements first. And Cynthia remembers all the way back to the Lovelocks layout. Also a shelf. Yeah, definitely a shelf layout. first job cutting this one. Got all sorts of little straggles at the edge. Fix it up. So, yeah, I need a name for the new one. What's she gonna be called? And, you know, important, super important choice. What stickers do I put on her? Right. Now, from there, getting smaller. But I have that big crepe paper cut apart. You know, the one that I was like, is that in this kit? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. What have I got left from that? I've got these. Okay. I'm just going to have them nearby so I don't forget. So, I think the green's going to go over here. Yellow and red over here. Something like that. Let's see what else we got here. We got a Merry Christmas tag here. And I want this tag with the biscuits because these photos are from Hollywood and Dime. It's from when character meals were still a thing that you could have the characters come to your table and hug you. Yeah. I'll miss a Disney buffet. Right. Whole bunch. Oh, AJ is in the process of painting a case for the computer her husband is building. Amazing. Yes, it's a very exciting time. Ah, Sophia says my computer should be called Ada. Dun, dun, dun. If WB had been a girl, Ada would have been his middle name. Her middle name. How do you pronoun that? if he had needed girl names, then the middle name would have been Ada. That was a confusing sentence to say out loud. Right. Kathy's husband just got a new computer and still has the old one set up because he's comfortable with the old and the new is all new. I totally understand this, and I have this fear a little bit. I may have gone into the Apple Store to make sure that everything that I liked using on my 8-year-old laptop would still work on the brand new one. These things are a challenge. I'll probably push the wrong buttons for a while and you'll have me going through the wrong screens and you'll be like, oh no, she doesn't know where the buttons are yet. Hopefully I get it right. And I've got a new little thingamabob. That's the official name for things that look like this, right? Hold on. Uh-oh, it's stuck to something. Things that look like this are a thingamabob, yes? A thingamabob. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. Anyway, I've got a new one there that's hopefully going to let me have a bit more control of going from desk cam to face cam. Very excited about that. Silly little things. I'll learn to be a broadcaster after all. Okay. Where are these going to go? So I've already got red on this side. This red needs to come over here. It needs to go under there, I think. I'm actually liking that these are two different reds. The pinky red in the background, because then I have a little bit of contrast. Debbie says I might have 20, but I want more. How did you guess? Ah. Okay. Need a journaling kind of space. What is big enough to journal on that I've still got intact? Oh, I have all that packaging. Whoops. Okay. Where did you go? And I've got this size Are those journaling on the back? They are. Okay, so I'll use one of these for the journaling. I love that you're all with me. That thingamabob is a totally technical term, and that's totally what those things are called. Why call it an adapter when you could call it a thingamabob? Okay. So journaling, and what I was thinking was that this could go with the journaling tag. Maybe journaling comes this side. I was imagining it here, but here's my thought. This is the only yellow. I mean, there's this tiny little bit down here, but this is like a big solid yellow. Composition-wise, I would automatically go, photos are there, journaling is here, because here's my happy diagonal. But if the journaling goes there, I lose my yellow. And now the yellow accent there doesn't make any sense, and so I don't think that's the answer. So instead, let's go the other way. So what if this hangs from underneath the shelf around about there? But that's not going to feel right to the photos. What if I just bring it this side of the yellow? And stuff. Or how could I get the journaling onto the shelf? Journaling could go this way. These could get tucked behind there. That might be the better answer. Let's go that way. Okay, I'm gonna start sticking stuff. Are you ready for it? Okay, so I'm gonna go over here, from the left, and I know I had a gap there, but I'm gonna bring this baby right to the edge, and it's gonna come off the page. There. This one's going to get tucked down there. Now, what I don't want is that big V. So this comes here until they're closer together. Work from the other side here, and the yellow is going to go off the page. And then the red. And the red can be up higher here. So remember when I was layering all the tags on Friday, I kept them all square. Not today. Lots of little angles, absolutely fine today. I was making this little corner piece stay intact so that you can see the words go down the side there. Sue says she can't see the red on the red. It's okay. I'm not done yet. Don't worry. I'm not done. There'll be more. So if I were using the small photos, they can go right in here. And how much room does that leave me? Well, if I move it all the way over here and just have tinsel and light, I think that's quite well balanced. So that's what it would look like with the smaller ones. Yeah. Bigger ones. Almost do the same thing, actually. I'll lose a little bit of journaling space there, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. But you're right. I've still got some contrast issues. Yeah. So that's okay. I got more plans. Remember when I said we were starting with the largest pieces? Time to go for smaller pieces. That's going to involve these stickers and this green paper and this stripy paper. Where is that gorgeous stripe? Not that stripe. There's more than one gorgeous stripe in this kit. The Vicky D stripe. Where are you hiding? I know it's here. I had it on the desk at the very beginning. Did I drop it on the floor? Did I put it underneath the page? Wow. Maybe I won't use the stripe. I know I have it. Silly me. Okay, I might see it in a minute. This and tack. Label. Label punch. Not tacks. And mice. Because I can use my Mickey head for its intended purpose. From going with an actual mouse. Yes? Now, I can't find where the big version is, but I've got the little version here, so I'm going to do this. But you know what? I want up here where the music notes are. Ready? That's what I want. 1, 2, 3. 3 Mickey heads. Right, let's ink those pieces. Label. Mickeys. Now, if you're not scrapbooking Disney photos and you don't want a mouse, that's okay. Anytime I use a mouse, you can replace it with any geometric shape that makes sense with your page. So it could be a heart, could be a star, it could be a snowflake, could be a tree, it could be a sunshine. What kind of punch do you love that you go to all the time? You can use it there. You can use a pink circle. What have I got on my desk? I've got a leaf, a heart, two different snowflakes at the moment, and my labels, and my mouse. Yeah. Okay. Then let's make some contrast here. So we're going to have, I know there's a gap here, don't worry, there's going to be more. I'm going to have that there, and this green here. Okay, so we keep filling up the shelf. Imagine you are unpacking the boxes and there is a shelf in the room. And your job is to unpack all the items from the boxes onto the shelf. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but you are determined to get it to look as cute as possible. That's the name of the game here. Shelf layout is like shelf organizing in real life. So this one's going to go behind here and behind here. Now that I've put that green stripe with the red, that green stripe is so watermelon. Like, I hadn't noticed it when it was just on its own, but I really notice it now. It's a watermelon. Okay, little angle would be all right here. Let's come down to that side. Need something else behind here on there. Where are the stickers? So look for a label or something like that that I can put behind here. I'm seeing stickers I want to put in this, but not in that spot yet. Which one are we going to put in that spot? I've got this blue, but there isn't blue anywhere else really. So blue is a no from me. What if I use this along with this? Yes. And the mouse is going to get popped up with Papio. Kathy says her shelf layouts actually seem far more organized than her actual shelves. We've all been there, Kathy. We've all been there. Alright. Green circle. Multicolor mouse. Just there. Come over to this side now with smaller elements. Oh, and the other piece I saw that I wanted to include was this one. And I'm going to pop that too. It says Holiday Magic. If I go over here, there's a big chance that it's going to get covered up. So I think the real answer is to put it over here. Okay. Have I got a little word strip that could come out from behind the mouse here? Maybe this gold? Twinkle? Over here now. Need another bit of this green. Label bunch. From the watermelon paper. Martha says, is there a reason the yellow ticket is on the same side as the yellow ornament? Yeah, I'm getting there. Yep. It's going to be balanced. It's going to create a triangle. I know that will shock no one. But it's going to create a triangle. But remember, I haven't gone over here yet. I'm only just starting to get there. So there's going to be more yellow that will balance it over here. This. I don't like that green behind that green all that much, so I'm going to run this off the edge here. Okay. And yellow. So I had a tiny piece of that yellow over here. Don't worry, the yellow's on the way. I basically just put these two here to hold the space. It's like a placeholder. And then more stuff to come. Sarah says yellow is her favorite accent color. It's such a good color. Debbie loves this because she loves the ornament paper so much she wants it to be on show. Yeah, that's one thing I really love about shelf layouts is they're great for a pattern paper that you really want to feature because you love it a lot. Hold on. circle. I've got a circle element and a Mickey and a word strip. So I want the same 3 things over here. So I can do this red cup of coffee. Hot chocolate. I know I've got red on red now, so where do I put it? Oh, and remember, I've really got about like that. So, is there any, there's a blue circle. Does the second sheet not have any circular elements? Oh, it has one. It has a green one that says Christmas spirit. I think that's going to be easier. Let's work with that. Okay. Just watching where the edge is over here. Like that, and then I can pop up a Mickey. Pop that mouse. Don't hide away from me, Pappios. The mouse needs you. Oh. Oh my goodness. The yellow was giving you anxiety. Or that you'd learned that you needed a triangle, so you were wondering where that other bit of yellow was going to be. Don't worry, it's coming. Okay. And then a word strip. Now I did gold on that side. The other gold ones, not really working there, so maybe just do family or holiday party. Holiday party is not going to show up, it's going to be too wide, so just do family because it's tiny, and I can put it in here. Yes. Hello, Pam. Yep, we're still live. Sarah had an amazing s'mores brownie yesterday. I'm here for that. Always here for that. Definitely. Okay. Same amount of stuff each side, roughly, except that this one has the journaling, because that's where it's got room. I got one more Mickey. Okay, I'm going to take these edge pieces out. Come on. Stuck to my scissors. Okay, and this side. Let's have a look at how we are looking within the confines of the page. Yes, definitely working now. Okay. Does this Merry Christmas end up anywhere? I think maybe no. I think no. You could have it hanging from a shelf, but again, the place where you would hang is over that yellow. All right, so let's look again at the, don't worry, don't let third Mickey give you anxiety like the yellow did. It's okay. Let's look at the 2 different photo sizes. So, are the mice together or the other way around? I don't know. I had it the other way around, but that was just because that's what printed. So we can have it that way. Oh, I meant to sketch this and I totally didn't. It's okay. I'll give you a little sketch at the end as well. Okay, so are we up here in the, we're actually all in the shot there. Yeah. You're so funny. Sophia says she's learned over the years watching Shimelle to trust the process. It's a bit like chess. This is the only time anyone has ever compared me to chess. I'm taking this as a huge compliment. Shimelle is thinking umpteen steps ahead, whereas in her scrapbooking she's still one step down. Now what? Oh, Sophia, I love you so much. Thank you for that. That is the only time that I will ever be compared to chess, but I'm taking that as a huge, huge compliment. Okay, so small photos would look like this. I don't know if you're wondering about your own style and wanting to consider different things, then you might want to screen cap it with the two different sizes so that you could compare and feel like which one is your happy zone. Okay, so this is before things like the journaling, a title, and enamel dots. Okay, those things all yet to come. Smaller photos look like that. everything's contained, and there's lots going on up here, but it's contained. And then this lots going on is just a pattern paper. Okay. Or if I swap out same exact photos but in a bigger size, I get something more like this. Yeah? Maybe even bring them down a little bit more. Yeah. So if you want to have the two side by side, because obviously I'm not going to make the whole layout twice, but you could screen cap it there and be able to figure it out if you have a real preference. I'm curious. You can tell me in the comments, those of you who are here live. Or you could tell me even if you watch this from Tomorrowland and you get to this point. Is there one or the other that instantly makes you go, oh yeah, it's the small photos, or oh yeah, it's the bigger photos for you? I'm very curious. Because there's not a right or wrong here. It's either or. But if one speaks to you, then that's an important thing to know about your own style. Yeah, so that you can make pages that make you happy. Right. So what else is going to go on here? Well, I do want it to have a title. And I know I've got an extra Mickey head there. Okay. We've got... Celebrate. We've got... see, pretty much everybody going toward the bigger photos. There you go. It's perfectly fine to like the bigger photos because you can see them better. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, keep in mind, because the bigger photos are going to go over my lifted up border piece here, my three-dimensional shelf, they will need to be popped. Otherwise, they're going to bend, and we don't want that because they're going to go over that. It's absolutely fine. Yeah. Jill likes the balance better with the small photos, and Leanne likes them both. It's fine for her either way. No, you're not alone, Sheila. It's okay. There's a couple of you who like the little ones, and that's important to know. Yeah? Sarah's laughing because I say there's no one answer, and then lots of people have the same answer. But it's important to know that there are some people who instantly went, no, I like the small ones, and that is absolutely fine. And knowing which one speaks to you then makes you able to make pages that make you so happy. Yeah? So if that is your balance, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah? And if it's this that you prefer because you want to be able to see a bit more of the photo, that's okay too. Yeah? The smaller version gets you more journaling space too. A little bit. Now I think you could journal in these ornaments too if you needed to. Could even cut a vellum circle to go over the top of some of the ornaments and journal on the vellum. Would be very cute. Okay, now I want to make one of the ornaments into a title piece. So I'm wondering if I put that... Okay, so I was looking to see what the curvature of the Mary would be in terms of that ornament. The Mary curves around the T just beautifully. It's not a curve of a circle though. It's more a curve that goes over a hill. So we get that option. I feel like if I use the celebrate, it needs one more word. And what do I use? I mean, celebrate Christmas. Celebrate. Oh, I could just use the photo op. It's clearly a photo op. Celebrate together. I think those two are both really big though. Anybody got a phrase that they think that's really the answer? Should we just do the Merry Christmas? What do we think? Celebrate the mouse. Oh, that's true. I could mix this up. Okay. Why don't we do that? Let's put celebrate in here. Have I tried inking these? Do I know if they take ink? I'm going to try. I can't remember if I've tried before. Oh no, Sarah wishes she bought these stickers. She didn't get them and now she's having second thoughts. Oh no. Sorry, that's always annoying when that happens. Okay. I'm looking at where that red is making a Pac-Man out of the E. This one doesn't bother me so much because it's open out there. I don't know. But it was bothering me with the E. Okay, there's a little bit of that E that's going to come off the side of the page. That's all right. Now, then, some red letters. Oh, or I've got gold letters. Okay. Got that. I got that. I got that. Kind of tempted to try that. And I could just do, these are going to be too big, but I could do the in red. Okay. I know this is going to be red on red, so it won't be super obvious, but I think it's going to work in person. It may disappear a little bit on the camera. I don't know. I wouldn't do a major word with this red on red, but I think that the will be all right. I'm going to tuck this E underneath here. Okay, then mouse. Oh, you know what it could do? With. Should do that, yeah? Celebrate with the mouse. I mean, it's two mice, but, you know, it's okay. We get it. Hello, Georgia. Are they making you work again? What is that about? Pam can't see the. Okay, let's see. If I add the with in there, and then see what I can do to make it a bit more obvious. I can see it really clear in person, because they're totally different textures and different shades. But, I feared you would say that. So let's look at what we can do. And right. So I'm going to hold this up because, you know, yeah. Look, you can tell that in person, can definitely see it. Yes? Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, we're just losing it. I can see it fade away as I bring it down to the desk. But it's there, I promise. Whoop. Whoop. That's kind of funny. Georgia just forgetting and ignoring her notifications. It's okay. It's okay. Now, for those of you who came in just at the moment, what we've been doing. You may have noticed there's a gap here because I've got the same photos in 2 different sizes, and we're looking at ways like noticing what our own style is, and do you prefer the small photos, which look like that, or if you prefer the bigger photos, which are a closer, tighter squeeze, but they look like that. Yes? And they, in the small version, they have to get popped because they're going over this border, which is already popped. Okay, so we were talking about knowing your personal style and what makes you happiest. We've got this yellow triangle going, 1, 2, 3. And we've got 2 mice with circles. And what I'm thinking is that we then bring a mouse down to this spot, and the ornament is the circle. Oh no! Georgia is grumpy because she forgot to have lunch and then she had biscuits for lunch. Georgia says, what year were these from? So this is, he was 3.5. This is 2017. Yeah. Yep. Mouse down there. Okay. So the question of which one do I like better? I like them both. But I think I am going to go with the bigger version, but I really like the small version too. And given a different layout, I might pick the big one. I would pick the little ones. But today I'm going to go with the big ones. Now I'm not quite done. I am going to go ahead and put them on now, but then I'm going to do my confetti elements. Now, because I brought this in down here, I want that up there. So I'm going to be using some of the pieces on that sheet to be my confetti. Alright. So I'm just looking at where I need to not put more Papillos. So I don't need them down here, but I need some like here. Right. Okay. And then this one. It does, yes. So Debbie is saying, Debbie's done an excellent job of spotting why she likes the the bigger photos, and it's that she feels like crossing the shelf and being popped up, as well as being bigger, puts them really in the foreground, where everything else gets pushed back a little bit into the background. Yep. Oh, congratulations to your daughter, AJ, on the honor roll. See you later. Have a wonderful time. Well done. Okay, so which one's going to go over the top? Minnie's going over the top, so Mickey has to go on first. How are we doing for time? We're good, we're good. So, I think we're going to go all the way to tucking right under there, which means I lose that green tag entirely. Whoops. It's okay. Sheila, I'm not done yet. Sheila says, I couldn't help myself. I would have to do gold splatter amongst the ornaments. It's right here. It's right there. Georgia didn't know the honor roll was a real thing. Oh, totally a real thing. Because grades in the States work a little different. You always have a grade. Like, whereas in the English system, you get a grade at the end, and then you just kind of have these, you don't really have a running grade in the same sort of way. But yeah, in the States you do. You always have a grade. So you have to keep, when people say like you have to keep your grades up, like when I was a cheerleader, you couldn't cheer if your grades on any given week were not high enough. You'd be benched. So yeah, your grades are an ongoing thing, where here you get to the end of your course and you take your exam, you turn in your coursework, and then you get your grade for that. Okay, confetti. So things I want to bring in to the top to make this match with up here. Now, are all the stars in gold? Yes. Okay, because this is black and white, but I do have gold down here, so it'll work. But I want elements that are same sort of style. So we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And the other side. Maybe the other side. I put a giant one in this yellow box. Oh. Hold on. Take back the little one. Are those the same size? No, they're different. But I don't like it up there. It needs to come down here. Okay, it's gonna go here. Okay, 3 there. Now, also, these red stickers have hearts. You know I'm getting that in there. 1, 2. And over here. 1, 2. Yeah. Journaling on there. Enamel dots, gold mist. Where did I put my dots? Here they are. What colors have I got left? It's gonna be yellow, isn't it? One. I was gonna put string through there, but maybe I put a dot through there. 2. 3. And then over here, 1. 2. 3. And closer together. Like that. Yes. Now, Liz says, that when scrapping older photos, you have more or less to say with your journaling. I struggle more with older photos. I don't know that I find one or the other harder. I don't think there's a correlation for me about like if it's new or it's old being harder to find the story. Sometimes if it's whether it's significant or insignificant is hard to find the story. And I do find that when I'm writing about stuff that's older, there's a lot more perspective that comes into it. So if I had told this story right then and there, it wouldn't have that layer of how deep the Mickey Mouse appreciation has run for this child. Yeah. Yeah. So I may end up needing something tucked in to have more journaling space, or doing the vellum circles that I told you about. Just vellum circle over as many ornaments as you need. Right. That's time for this. Are you ready? Are you ready for it to shake? It's a new bottle, so it sounds different to me. I wonder if they do sound different, or is it just my imagination? Here we go. Old. New. Scrapbooking ASMR. Okay, I think it's mixed up now. The other day I used it and it wasn't mixed up enough, and I was like, oh no. Okay. Sorry, Maleficent. I'll sort you out in just a second. Oh, also mini. There we go. And down here. Right. Hold on. Clean up my mess. Here's my cleaner rubber gun. There you go, Maleficent. Good as new. Good as new. Is anything else need? Not sure about that giant bit there. I think that is what it is, that one. Okay. Don't touch the rest, Shimelle. All right. So that's okay. That's where we finished. Now, a little sketch for you. Sketch after the fact, because I didn't do it at the beginning. There's probably a sketch like this in my proper website sketches, that, you know, the ones that come with an actual square. What? But here's today's attempt at a square. Oh, it's a bit tall. Right. So, either your photos are going to come over the shelf, or they're going to sit behind the shelf. Why can I never draw the second angled rectangle? Shelf across here. Yeah. Okay, because this could be a plain circle of some sort. If this was a different pattern paper here, and it was a more minimal pattern paper, you could die cut a circle and make your title block into a circle, even on a pattern paper that doesn't involve circle motifs. You could do that. Totally. Okay, now, then we stack all the stuff on the shelf. So we got pieces going every which way. We got them coming up here. We got a circle in the mix. And we got confetti. Confetti there. We got a Mickey head here. Okay. Yes, and then we come back over here. We got journaling space here. And pieces going these directions, and that direction, and that direction. Stars, stars, stars. Confetti. And a Mickey. And a Mickey. Sometimes my Mickeys look like teddy bears. All right. Is a shelf. So here we have shelf composition as a sketch. Ding, ding, ding. And as a layout. There we go. I'll put them side by side so that you can have both of them for your reference if you like. And then I'll do an awkward thumbnail. Shall we? Right, so here we are. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be live again on Friday. And I'll be with you every day in Journal Your Christmas. Middle of this week, I'm getting excited. I'm going to do a little kind of halfway through December flip through in the middle of the week for the Journal Your Christmas community. So yeah, you can find the link to both my Christmas classes, one that is crafty and one that's more about the photos and the videos. They're both linked in the description box today, so you can find those. And it's never too late to join. Don't worry about if it's halfway through the month and you're like, oh, I can't start now. It's okay. The project is made so that you can join anytime, and you get to join as many Christmases as you want. So if you want to kind of watch the second half go past this year, and then you're already set to start on the first next year, you can do that too. It's all good. Right. Any questions here? I'm just checking. Oh, Calcat says, perfect layout construction if you do elf on the shelf or if you decorate your mantle. Yes, definitely. What? Georgia likes the sketch more than the layout. Well, I just took my tongue out at you, but no, it's okay. I'm teasing. You think my smiley faces on the sketches are funny. You crack me up. Okay. So I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for giving it a thumbs up if you enjoy this. That would be fabulous, and it helps me a lot behind the scenes, believe it or not. And the other thing that helps a huge amount is if you know anybody who would enjoy this sort of stuff, tell them to come subscribe. Thank you for all of you who subscribed and all of you who watch either live or from Tomorrowland. So I'm glad that you're here. It's lovely to hear from you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again on Friday, okay?